Morning arrives on cautious feet, counting us softly as if miscounts could resurrect courage. Every step signs a wet oath, payable in breath we do not own. Direction shivers like a sparrow in the fist, begging us not to squeeze. Weight studies faith by inches, testing whether our prayers can bear the wobble. Strategy is a frayed blanket against thunder, thin, patched, stubbornly warm enough. Pain speaks a language older than orders, and our hands answer carefully tonight. We build small churches from tin and memory, where sorrow kneels without ceremony. We carry tomorrow on canvas, shoulders learning hymns that only silence remembers. The horizon writes and fire again, demanding we read aloud without trembling. Names keep better time than courage, ringing evenly while hearts lose rhythm. Hunger conducts vespers, we sip almond from dented bowls and honest spoons. The world narrows to a vigilant eye, fate knocks politely, insistently, finally. Goodbyes blur but remain legible to hearts that read through weather. The ground practices submission, then stubbornly stands, asking thunder for patience. Hope doodles in margins, disrespecting despair's neat script with insolent light. We move thunder carefully, pretending speed can outrun consequence for one breath. Time faints under bombardment, waking later with excuses no one believes. Ritual builds roofs over broken sentences, sheltering breath that cannot speak. Humor trespasses into steel, leaving proof that fear missed some doors. The land grows anatomy from terror, and we circulate as necessary blood. Healing is fussy courage, teaching breath to rejoin the regiment of living. Even weather attempts translation, meaning staggers through, wet but unbroken. Not killing pins a secret metal inside the ribs, heavier than brass. Beasts negotiate with fear honorably, their treaties outlast our eloquence. We pass contraband light mouth to mouth, borrowing 8 seconds of summer. The earth keeps iron secrets, we eavesdrop with discipline and terrified palms. Love insists on arrival, however late, with stamps of rain and patience. Nature auditions forgiveness, embarrassed by our recent compositions in thunder. Sometimes aim becomes reflection, and mercy adjusts the sight to silence. Relief apologizes with clumsy jokes, then holds the room together. We forge temporary stars and beg the heavens to forget our handwriting. Arithmetic invites superstition when survival refuses to balance its columns. Authority shakes tonight, which makes obedience easier and strangely tender. Compassion learns water's grammar, conjugating rescue in present continuous only. Luck is a reckless guardian choosing humble shields to prove intention. Survival drafts quick treaties, signed by breathing and silence, amended nightly. Faith pirates circuitry, smuggling grace through channels no officer monitors. Arguments of far settle nothing, yet everyone keeps speaking louder. Meals season the present with memories, inviting laughter to rehearse quietly. Innocence refuses to flatten, it rolls toward light with unreasonable faith. We tune ourselves to courage's pitch, humming together until shore agrees. Command rehearses restraint so lives might remain unplayed pieces tonight. Some seconds wear crowns, ruling empires no map has dared sketch. Truth arrives with edges, imagination steps aside and listens carefully. Gentleness carries its own light, jealous for breath and fiercely patient. Music slips past brief centuries, issuing 8-second visas for peace. Beauty files grievances in pink, brave documents that few will read. Mercy weighs more than anger, yet warms more honestly and longer. Decisions arrive as small letters, consequence enlarges them into architecture. Even violence lowers its voice near names it cannot pronounce faithfully. Paper learns to become a bridge, each thud another plank laid. Love polishes itself stubbornly, refusing stains approved by necessity. Gravity teaches cooperation without speeches, synchronized breath earns instant reward. Hope is brewed bitter, served between stitches and small, deliberate amens. Ingenuity escorts pride aside, giving endurance clear passage through puddles. Nature refuses enlistment yet keeps time for our fear perfectly tonight. Plans forgive clumsy lines when survival prefers humor over accuracy. Peace repurposes brass, conducting green ceremonies for patient witnesses. Paper requests an audience, the river underlines every fragile promise carefully. Refusal earns a quiet ribbon, remembered privately by unburned lungs. Endurance becomes official doctrine, concise and impossibly heavy for ours. We tutor emptiness to carry us, paying tuition with sweat and faith. Meaning crosses borders skin to skin, leaving passports where mud forgives. Hope argues with iron tooth by tooth, refusing to concede color. Authority rehearses open hands, weather approves with delicate applause. We erect a modest monument to restraint and invite silence to bless. Counting stops where mercy begins, though numbers whisper under lids. Respect wears no insignia, bending with the same careful spine everywhere. Beauty borrows practical tools, luminous and humble after alarms. Life opens its shop early, selling green to anyone patient enough. Departure is weather for lungs, harsh and strangely comforting together. Childhood files its claim on the sky, laughter stamps the form decisively. Honor chooses quieter neighbors now, content to glow without witnesses. Commerce of small joys reopens, pricing bread lower than remembered fear. Language returns barefoot, stepping softly across rooms swept of sirens. We tidy echoes politely, escorting noise to its deserved retirement. Nature edits our chapter with water, approving revisions without footnotes. We pass cheaper miracles along, courtesy that never depreciates in weather. Work relearns kindness, trading shrapnel for silver flashes of river. Crossing becomes music again, scored for timber, patience, and wind. Home is percussion and patience, nailing rhythm back into noon. Care becomes doctrine, preached in rows, watered with ordinary grace daily. History warms future nights, stitched from orders nobody requires anymore. Precision discovers friendship quietly, proving accuracy is a cousin of trust. Security returns as punctuation, convincing the heart clause by clause patiently. Joy invades open spaces, winning ground doctrine never learned to map. Memory grants citizenship to the absent, protecting them inside our speaking. Love conducts inventory softly, confirming nothing essential went missing forever. Leaving is the liturgy of lungs, rails provide the faithful chorus. Peace measures itself in unnecessary neatness and long, forgiving seconds. We anchor ghosts with dates, inviting them to supervise kindly forever. Faith practices ventilation, letting forgiveness and weather share breath again. Hunger finally speaks in warm syllables, uninterested in rank or rumor. The world sips from discarded wars and returns sweetness without apology. Night edits its grammar carefully, changing exclamations to patient pauses. Boundaries become agreements, negotiated by callous patience and measured breath. Grief prefers simple architecture, steady beneath weather and returning footsteps. Supply becomes another word for future, arriving punctually with ordinary miracles. We teach courage without appetite for hate, seasoning memory only with tenderness. We carry the war like porcelain, careful and honest, so peace may pour.